What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about auction today, bounce token. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. What a crazy turn of events we've had over the past few weeks, over the past couple months now. Absolutely amazing run. Totally manipulated, totally, not real, but it was real for the people who bought and real for the people who sold, and even real for the people who are still holding. It's a real lesson, it's a real experience, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to watch. I didn't even invest in it. I wanted to invest in it, but it just never came back down to a suitable area to invest in my opinion. We had a moment, I suppose, here. But tomato, tomato, whatever, man. You can't win them all. You can't be on every single ride that goes up. Here we are at about $20.86. Pretty neutral to start the week off. 5 days, 21 hours left, right in this week here. We did hit the overbought zone, rejected right off the 80, and now we're a little bit down. I wouldn't be too. Again, I'm not certain how reliable TA is going to be with this thing, okay? It wasn't reliable on the way up. Why should we anticipate it to be reliable on the way down? So we're going to have to use our noggins instead of our seeing eyeballs on this one, right? Looking at this here, if we look at auction here, you can see that the volume that we're having is still in excess. It's still in a large amount of excess compared to what the price is. And maybe there's something going on. Maybe I don't understand the dynamics. Somebody tried in a comment tried to tell me that that because auction is used to like auction off crypto artwork and stuff, that there's more volume. And I could see that, but I don't know, man. Like if it's used for that, there's plenty of cryptos that are supposed to be used for certain things, and if they're being used more, the price matches the volume growth. You don't see crazy levels of, like if it's being used that much, where it's being used in this amount of volume every single day, the price should go up. I don't think that's what's happening. I think that it is manipulation, right? You can try to spin it all you want, but I do think that there is manipulation going on with this. I don't think, to my knowledge, I don't think that it's the foundation or the people that are running the project. I don't think it's them. From the little research I've done on it, it seems like it's an outside entity, but I don't know. Maybe it's not. You never know. If something comes back to bite them in the ass legally, that could be bad for the project. But in all fairness, I like the project. I like what it represents. I think it's got a unique niche in the space here. And again, getting back to work here instead of just giving you my opinions, and it's all my opinions anyways, but just instead of like speculating on pure speculation alone, we're still going to speculate on pure speculation. I don't know, man. Oh, hold on. Yeah, little pop here and there. Um, I'm anticipating that we will continue to move down until your volume regulates. Okay, when is it going to be a good time to get back in? Probably when your volume regulates. And don't get me wrong, 253% is a lot better than 390% like it was yesterday. But you're probably going to go lower, and that doesn't mean that you have to go lower until the volume regulates. Maybe you just move sideways, but not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I think it's better to not expect a price number to wait to buy. I think it's good to give it a time frame to wait to buy. Maybe, and who cares what I think, but maybe wait until Bitcoin's drop has resolved itself. Maybe wait until we see some kind of move down below 75K, or maybe if we break out to the upside. I don't think we break out to the upside, but I would wait until like April 2nd. Just wait a week. Give it a week. If it moves up without you, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, my bad. Don't chase, just accept that it went up without you and that you had your chance to buy and you didn't take it. If you buy here and it goes down, don't be like, oh, C-Zar's right. He said not to buy. Now I'm so stupid. I should panic sell. Don't do that, because sure, it might have been the wrong thing to do in that moment, but who's to say that it can't come back over time? It probably does. I think the project's solid from what I know about it, but again, it's from my research that I've done, it seems solid, but who knows what's going on, right? There's scams all over the place and there's manipulation all over the place. I don't think there's any ties to this company. Binance put them on their watch list for manipulation, and I think it's been long enough now that if they wanted to take them off of the exchange, they would. They're probably aware of the situation, and if it's an outside entity, they wouldn't hold it against auction, right? They wouldn't hold it against them, but they're probably aware of the situation too. So either that or Binance is being paid off, which could happen as well. Not saying that fraudulent people can't pay off exchanges, but I don't know if that's what's happening. Again, it's all speculation, but and I'm just offering ideas. Who's to say if any of it's true? Who's to say if I'm even close to accurate? It could be something completely different than what I'm thinking about, but all that I'm thinking, the most logical sense of words that I can come to is it's probably something to stay away from until we regulate our volume a little bit more, until things get back to normal. I have no interest in this thing personally. And if it just goes up, the only interest I'll have is watching it go. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I do believe it will see new all-time highs. I don't believe it's done growing, manipulation or not. I think that it's got more to go. But man, that was some crazy stuff here. So here I am, just making another video. I'll probably stop making daily videos on this as long as it's being boring and moving sideways. When anything interesting happens with the volume, when anything interesting happens from a news perspective or from a price perspective, I'll keep you guys up to date for sure. You know, if you're not keeping yourselves up to date, but you know, from a low to a high here, the technical area that we would look like we would go to is about $16.7 to $14.26. That's if I had to guess. But again, technical analysis didn't really help us on the way up. It kind of did at times. It kind of did, but didn't really help us on the way up. And I'm not assuming that it'll help us on the way down. But if it does, $16.7, $14.3, that might be a good target to buy. If not, $11.5, something like that, somewhere in that zone. And it could go lower. It's possible. I don't think you go below this low, but if crypto drops 20 to 30%, like I think it will, yeah, this thing could drop 45%. I think it could drop more, absolutely, because it pumped a lot. On a manipulated pump, it might dump a lot too. So whoever's making money on this, good job. Hope you're making money. I hope you're doing well. If you're not making money on this, stop chasing pumps, man, and stop selling dumps. I guess I don't know what else to say. But I got nothing else for you. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. Again, I don't know how much TA is going to help us. And even the short-term time frames, the RSI is not going to help us. They all look bearish and would agree with what I'm saying, that we're probably going down. But we can move up at any single time now, so you never know with this thing, man. And again, just one last time, I do want to say, I think it's a solid project. I mean, from what I've looked at, it seems unique. It's a more practical use for crypto. Even if it is a quote-unquote scam or it's manipulated or something's flawed with it, you know, coins like this or blockchains that are revolving around auctions, I think that's an interesting kind of unique prospect in the markets that a lot of cryptos, a lot of places haven't really strived for specifically. And I suppose you can auction off anything you want, but just to have, I don't know, it's online auctions. From what I've done a little bit of research into it, they're becoming a bigger and bigger thing. Like auctions are some of the most utilized platforms to sell goods, right, online, like a large amount, for various reasons. Online auctions are only going to get bigger, and the most secure way to facilitate an online auction is with crypto. Absolutely, it is. So if you have a project that's basically the OG of that, I wonder what this thing's going to do in the future, man. I mean, $137 million market cap might just be the tip of the iceberg. We're talking hundreds of billions of dollars in the future. And by future, I mean, it could be by the end of this cycle, could be next cycle. I doubt that you see $100 billion by the end of this. I don't know. You could. It's in its second cycle, to be completely fair. But time will tell. I doubt that you do see something above $100 billion this cycle, to be completely honest. But you're still multi-hundred x potential, even at these prices here. So I'm gonna end the video there. Little words of encouragement. But yeah, I'm staying away from this thing for the time being. I'm gonna wait for the volume to regulate, and if by that time the price has moved up, it'll have to do it without me. Oh well. Hit the like button, subscribe. You can't catch them all, and that's okay. Don't chase whatever's flying, right? If you're chasing this big monster flying through the sky, you grab it by the tail, you're gonna get burned. It's not a good thing. Don't do that. Okay, bye-bye.